And good morning, everybody. Back down here this morning, I'm going to take the 220 and finish raking through that windrow there, pulling out the rebar and mess. Then I'll come back and crush that up. I got a face full of sun this morning, so I'll probably finish this and then go down the back side right there so that the sun is behind me and I can see a little bit better. And then run through here and break that up again. I'll probably get on the 330 and transfer that pile down a little bit farther and just kind of work on getting this row processed up today. Okay, so I'm about to finish up going through this pile front and back. I've got my piles of concrete and rebar. Evidently they ran like 3 strands of rebar in the footings, and it all got mixed into the pile here. So yeah, I'm pulling that out so I can break that up. I've spent majority of the morning trying to coordinate crusher stuff. The crusher is coming tomorrow. Hopefully everything pans out. I swear it's so aggravating dealing with people and stuff like that. I don't know why it's so difficult to coordinate stuff. But the crusher hasn't been the bit. Well, the crusher was the ordeal, because the first one I was supposed to get, they sold and kind of left me hanging, so I had to go another route, mad dash for that. And then it come down to the stacker. We were going to use Charlie's stacker, but it doesn't have scales on it, so I was going to pay to have scales put on it. We got the quote for it was supposed to be like $6 grand, and we were going to split the cost of that. And long story short, they sent him the quote and it was almost $12,000. So I was not going to spend $12,000 to put scales on his crusher to use for this job. So went through the course of trying to rent one from the company that has the crusher. And long story short, they don't have any crushers with, conveyors with scales on. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Here we are the freaking day before. They said, well, we'll have to send one out and then send a tech to come put scales on there. I can already tell right now that that's going to be an ordeal, because you got the salesman saying it's going to take a day, and nothing ever takes a day when the salesman says it's going to take a day. So I'm sure that would have cost me an astronomical amount of money too. So I ended up calling up my local James River dealer, and they had a stacker. They do crushing too, but I ended up getting the stacker from them. So I'm getting an 80-foot stack. Well, I don't want to, better knock on wood, I haven't signed the rental agreement yet, but should be getting an 80-foot stacker from them. It should be on the yard, and should be able to send Donnie to go get it tomorrow. So after that whole ordeal, the stacker might actually beat the crusher here. So I don't know. It's stressful. This stuff is stressful. And but yeah, this has got a lot more rebar in it than the stuff up front. So it's becoming a lot bigger nightmare than I was anticipating. Shocking. But I'm going to pick through it and break that up and salvage whatever I can out of this. But right now my focus is really on getting that pile up front crushed and getting a good product out of that. And I have the demo guy who did all this coming next week to bring all those piles over here. So I'm going to try between tomorrow and Saturday to go through there and break all that stuff up, so maybe they can kind of pick some of the metal out while they go and load all that out. So hopefully that'll make my life a little bit easier. Some of that stuff has absolutely nothing in it, and then some is just an absolute pile of it. So hopefully I can try to get with the guy and he can separate some of that out and have it where it's a little bit easier to deal with. So all right, I got all this stuff piled up. I'm going to jump on the 330 and run around here and break all these piles up, and then come back over here with the 220, pull the rebar out, and that's probably about as good as it's going to get. And we're back here this morning. Just filled up the excavator with fuel, checking over everything. We're losing a little bit of cable there, so we'll just, you know, use a little bit of grease here and make it all better. Everything moves better with the little grease. It'll all be fine. Everything will be fine. Plus, we're cleaning off the machine here. Oh yeah, I like the grease stuff. There we go. All better. It'll swing freely today now. Oh, I did learn something the other day. Like if you don't keep that greased right there, the pin will unscrew. Fun facts with Chris. All right, good to go. And Crusher shows up today, so we're going to work on this a little bit, and Crusher should be here this afternoon. All right, so Robert's going to come behind me in the 220 and grab all this. So I pulled all this rebar out yesterday and put it into piles here, and just came through here and smashed it up, so it's a lot cleaner now. And you can kind of see the cleaner. Well, that's ready to go to the crusher. That's not. So he's going to come through here, separate all that out. If there's anything left that has big chunks of concrete like this right here, it's going to pile it back up, and I'll come back through here and smash it a few more times. And we'll go through all this today, and then I'm going to go over there and start breaking all that up. The guy that did the demo work, I'm going to have him come back out here next week. He's going to load all that up and bring it over here, put it in a giant pile, so that it's more practical to sit here. Probably set the crusher up right here and make a big pile right there, or I haven't figured it out yet. Might, I don't know. There's going to be a big pile of concrete right here. All right, let's get to work. So I got everything smashed up. He's going to pull all those strands of rebar out, put them in a pile. I'm going to go over here to this stuff over here and run down these windrows and break it up, so that some of it's already broke up when they go and haul it over here. That way it'll be somewhat processed beforehand. Well, part of it's here. I thought you were going to get the crusher. That's an interesting looking crusher.
Well, you put it up there and run around all night, it'll grind it down.
Oh, okay. I didn't give you the right instructions.
You just work.
Oh, okay. Just I'm worried too much.
Yeah. You ain't done no worrying yet until you get this thing off.
I hope that don't go to my... I do hope I don't have to pay for that.
Oh, somebody got to pay for it. I told a woman I want a 100-mile-an-hour flag, and she must have given me an 80.
Well, the good thing is you got a magnet strong enough to hold it.
Yeah, I blowed the damn flag off. I'm going to see if I can get my money back.
Oh, okay. I got some pink ribbon we can tie to it and make up for it. It's the same thing. I hope you got good instructions on how to drive this thing.
I do.
Okay.
That man said take a chain, put a chain up there, and take that 330 and set that sucker off.
And then you're good to go. Alrighty. Well, let's figure out how to unload this thing.
You was a computer expert.
An expert operator.
And he said, well, he better be. I said, oh, okay. The crusher has got a control box.
Yeah. Is this
over your neck?
Is this remote controlled, or you gotta stand over there and operate it?
You got a cord. You got that cord right there.
Oh, okay. So I'm tethered to it.
Yeah, you might as well cut it into it so you can figure out how to put it together.
Oh, okay.
That'll be the best thing you can do. You don't know how to do nothing.
Nothing. Johnny, you're giving great instructions.
Well, the son of a bitch won't crack now. That's pretty good.
What does this mean? X and...
That means you don't mess with that.
So which way are you supposed to hold it? This way or this way?
Just throw the damn thing on the train. Let me see. What the hell? Why ain't they doing that?
I'm gonna put it on check because X sometimes me. I fixed it.
I don't think it works when you do that kind of fuss.
You gotta leave it. Hold on. Yeah, it's got. Hold on. It's got to go through all those beeps first.
Okay.
All right, now try it. Oh, hold on. It's got to figure out its safety stuff.
I told him to leave the son of a bitch running.
Oh, that way it could be my problem, right?
Well, he said it was my problem when I signed that piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
But I signed your name.
Hold on.
shit.
I think you
Shit,
gotta.
you gotta go back.
I think you gotta hold the key on for like 3 seconds.
Until it counts down. See where it counts backwards.
Yeah. You're welcome.
don't turn. Like that. Hey, run down there and catch it real quick. They go run out. I'll go run right back in. It's self-feeding. Alright, we moved our claw. Let's put it back on the trailer. You guys wanted something to play with here? Yeah, I just wanted something to play with. You got a damn front end loader sitting right down. Why you need this? Stacker's unloaded, unfolded, waiting on the crusher. So hopefully I'll get a phone call any minute saying that they're getting pretty close. It was a super load. They couldn't leave till 10 o'clock this morning. They're about 3 hours away. So hopefully in the next hour or two they should be here. We're going to keep pulling more rebar out. We actually piled it all back in there so I could smash some more concrete out of it. But I'm to the point now that's about as good as it's going to get. So I'm going to go over here and smash these other two piles up. And then the cable's probably about ready to break on the wrecking ball. I'll swap that out and yeah, finish the day out with it. And I'll have to bring some more cable and restring it there. Okay, so I am building the pad here for the crusher to sit on. Still haven't heard anything from them. I don't know how well this thing's going to scoop up these mats. Probably not too good. Alright, hold on. Well, I could scoop them up with the track. Let's do this right here. Let's try this right here. It would scoop it up. I got them stupid cutting edges on there. I mean, I put the cutting edges on there, but they're horrible for stuff like this because they don't allow anything to slide up the bucket. There we go. I got 5. Let's go to the furthest part first. Lay these out and put the crusher on top of these because we see how wet this mess gets when it's wet, and I do not want to risk getting that thing stuck because there's no way to unstuck it. I don't really know how to explain that, but there's really nothing to hook to if you get stuck. So I'm going to lay these out as a platform and park it on there. Let me make sure that I don't back into the hopper. That would not do it any good and we'd be off to a bad start. It's going to be a little bit of an angle here. Well, I'll tell you what, I can straighten this up. Let me straighten this up. Now we're cooking. I don't know who put that stacker right there in the middle of the way. I'm going to get to fire that person. All in the way of the crusher and everything. Declare. I'll move it. I should have went ahead and moved it before doing all this, but here we are. Now I might have to go move it. So now I think it's in the way. Surprised nobody's called me yet about the crusher arrival. That's never a good sign. Almost. To back up anymore. I'm gonna hit the stacker. Is that gonna be enough? That's enough. Looky there. One pad completed. It holds up the excavator. It should hold that up. I don't hear nothing crunching, snacking, breaking. So far so good. I'm gonna build a ramp right there out of some stone. Make that approach a little bit smoother, and then set the stacker up. I'll probably angle it right there into that pile and go from there. Alright, platform is made. I have 4 more mats right there. As I crush this pile back, I'm going to lay those down and just kind of keep building the road as I go. And that should work, I think. That's the plan, at least. Just to get all this full of concrete right here. I'm never going to financially recover from this. That's a lot of pressure. We should probably help him get it unloaded. Let me grab some gloves. All right, we got the crusher unloaded and brought to right there, and got the hopper folded up on it. Need to finish driving it over here. We cut it off to check it, check everything out, and it's got a coolant leak on it. Need to check that out and see what's going on with that in the morning when the engine's cool, and then we'll move the stacker, go ahead and bring that over here. Hopefully it's just a loose hose or something, and get this thing put into place and get to working.